Hi, my name is Shiri. I'm an academic and animal rights activist. My approach to activism is reason and heart. That is why in my talk I will not show you images of animals in pain or tell you what is done to animals in any industry. You can easily find all of this yourself online. Instead, I will talk to you about you and me, about us as a society, and about the right to be heard. I will encourage you to acknowledge the unique role each one of us is presently playing in the history of humankind. Besides being an animal rights activist, I am also, perhaps first of all, a woman. As a woman, I have the full, painful understanding that the ability to study, research, and speak to you here is something I ought to be grateful for. As a Jewish woman, I am even more thankful for this privilege to be heard. The right to be heard is a privilege that none of us can take for granted, as it is something we are given, not something we own. The right to be heard is a right that is given in a dialogue by one that chooses either to hear the other or to silence them. Throughout the history of humankind, many groups were denied this privilege. Women, people of color, homosexual and lesbian, Jews, just to name a few. For some of this group, this privilege is still up for discussion. We are all aware of the importance of the right to be heard, and we will fight for it if someone ever tries to deny it again. Absurdly enough, we are all playing the role of the silencer in the dialogue between us and the animals in our world. It is not because they cannot speak that we don't hear their pain or their plea for freedom. It is not because we choose not to listen. It is because we are distracted by the dialogue we are conducting with what other people are doing, and because we cannot hear what our heart is telling us. The power of what others do, say, and think is so immense that it can silence not only our dialogue with the animals, but also our inner dialogue with ourselves. It is difficult for most of us to watch an animal being violently abused, and it doesn't matter if it's a dog or a cow. We would instinctively listen for both of their cries, if not for the voices of society. It was always like this in any culture or oppression. The norms silenced the pain of the oppressed and the voice of the individual heart. It was always that only the courageous chose to listen to their heart and to speak up for those who couldn't be heard, even though they were outnumbered by the vast majority. Thanks to them, I can speak to you right now and ask you to listen to the unheard voice of your heart and of the animals, the most oppressed group in the history of this planet. Please listen to both this muted dialogue and join me and many others in the next steps in the history of humankind's fight for social justice. Thank you.